Cosmic Girl 101 signing on for the Cancer Rising March 2024 astrology video. This month the topics that we're going to be covering are the Sun, the moons, the personal planets being Venus, Mars and Mercury. Okay, so let's talk about the Sun. Now the Sun's been transiting your 9th house, and as we open up the month of March it continues to do so until the 19th. The Sun in the 9th house in traditional astrology, ancient astrology, Hellenistic astrology, this is the Sun's joy. So the Sun in the 9th house feels quite organic here. It's really enjoying a lot of different philosophies and beliefs and different ideologies about life in general. It's like the thinker. And when we think about our spiritual lives and our philosophies on life, they can be very different, but this is where a lot of attention is highlighted in that 9th house, which is also to do with foreign and international travel, correspondence, publishing, some think media. Also has a lot to do with your legal situations, if any at all, that you're involved with. So think legal contracts, legal collaborations. Also has to do with higher education as well. There's a lot going on in every house. They're the main things that are really where you're directed towards. So a lot of vitality and a lot of energy going into those 9th house topics, opening up the month of March. On the 19th, we see that Sun ingressing into the sign of Aries for the next 4 weeks, and this is going to be transiting in your 10th house. So on the same day, the 19th, it is the beginning of the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere and the autumn equinox in the southern hemisphere. It's also known as the start of the astrological year, and this is the place of the Sun's exaltation. So the Sun in the 10th is, for you in Aries, looks where you're going to be redirecting all your energy and vitality. There's a lot of attention, there's a lot of action going on here, and especially in the sign of Aries. It's all about the action. It's all about the let's get moving, taking bold strategic action towards your career, how you want to be seen and known in the world. You know, it's how you are known, your public image. So you could be known as a mover and shaker in your career and what you do on a day-to-day basis that people know you for. So this is where you can have a lot of energy and some changes regarding your 10th house, because when the Sun is there, energetically we are just pouring a lot of energy outside of us into something that gives us a sense of stability when it comes to our careers and what it is that makes us feel on high. We also have a very obvious thing happening here in Aries, because it is the beginning of the new astrological year. So it's like it could feel like a fresh start in regards to your career or how you're seen and known in the world. Something that you would like to change up in your career could be highlighted for the next 4 weeks when you have that Sun transiting your 10th house. So now on to the Moon. Now the Moon is your ruling planet as a Cancer rising. So what the Moon does in regards to new and full moons, and especially eclipses, is going to be quite significant to you. On the 10th of March, we have a new moon occurring in Pisces in your 9th house. So there's a new beginning here, a new opportunity to begin something in regards to academia or higher education pursuits. That could be joining university, a course studying. Could also be looking at new publishing and media opportunities. This is also where you could be starting a new legal procedure or some sort of law. You could be feeling like you're beginning something that feels like a personal law, a new philosophy or belief about yourself. This is also a place where you have a lot of international and foreign travel, or even correspondence or metaphorical travel. What begins on this date blooms or busts come the full moon in Pisces on September 17 2024, and it's quite simply because it's a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on that day. So this is the beginning. So think on the 10th, so, you know, mark this in your calendar. What begins here ends on the 10th, on the 17th of September. Whether you like it or not, because an eclipse can see an abrupt, acute change or an ending. But let's be optimistic here. We want to see something come to fruition and be cut away, especially if you're involved in anything regarding litigation or a legal dispute. We also would like to see that whatever you put out or start regarding publishing or a course, learning something or anything to do with a foreign entity, we want to see an auspicious ending come the 17th of September 2024. So be conscious of what you begin here, good or bad. We all have to endure eclipses, but for you in the 9th, looks like it's going to be a new beginning that feels almost necessary, so you can end something that's possibly you've been wanting to end for some time. On the 25th of March, we see a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, and this is your 4th house, and this is also where the South Node is currently transiting in the sign of Libra as well. A full moon lunar eclipse, and you are ruled by the moon, and it's full, it's obvious, it's loud, and can sometimes be, as an eclipse, abrupt and acute. So there could be something quite obvious going on in your home, your family home, ancestry, also to do with real estate and property matters. So you could be ending something that has been part of your everyday life as far as security regarding a foundation, so a home property, of course. Could also have to do with relocation as well. So something quite significant for you regarding your solid foundations, home, family is occurring here on the 25th of March. And I certainly hope that it's quite auspicious and quite positive for all of us, and especially for you, Cancer rising, as it is affecting your home, foundations and family. So now on to our personal planets. Now Mars. Now Mars rules your 10th house, being Aries, and 5th house, being Scorpio. Mars, opening up the month of March, continues its transit through Aquarius and has been here since the 13th of February in the 8th house. So you might have been experiencing a lot of collaborations and contracts and negotiations, be it you or a partner, or you and your partner, or a significant connection regarding your assets, things that bring you a sense of value. Could have a lot to do with debt and inheritance and taxes. This is a money house. So Mars transiting here can have some real action in cutting away debt, or having some really fiery conversations or fiery communication regarding the 8th house topics of finances connected with other people. Now Mars is quite quiet in the month of March. On the 9th, we see Mars squaring Uranus and Taurus, so from your 8th house and your 11th house. Now your 11th house is associated with benefactors, people that benefit you in regards to career, or they're your advocates. These are people that put you in good stead publicly, because the 11th to the 10th is connected. It's your public image. So when you have a square from Uranus in Taurus, that Mars-Uranus could see like a sudden disruption or a sudden change with a friendship group or association or an ally that pulls the carpet out from underneath you regarding a negotiation, regarding a contract or an asset. Forewarned, this forearmed on this day, could be quite difficult. On the 22nd, we see that Mars leaving your 8th house and ingressing into the sign of Pisces. And this is your 9th house until April 30, 2024. Now Mars is in detriment here in Pisces, so it doesn't have a lot of energy. You can't really accomplish a lot. It's sort of all talk with no action is how I describe Mars in Pisces. And quite simply, there could be difficulty regarding getting the details, or feeling like you're getting some sort of creative project off regarding publishing media or what you'd like to achieve academically. Even negotiations with international and foreign people might be difficult, and feeling like there's this, the energy isn't there, or there's some sort of conflict or strain regarding education and even legalities when you're having this transit. So on to personal planet Venus. Who doesn't like to talk about Venus? Well, Venus opening up the month of March continues transiting in Aquarius, your 8th house. So a lot of connections with you and another person. Like I said, it could be a relationship or just a partnership that is highlighted when you've got this Venus transiting your 8th. So we could be having, you could be having Cancer rising. A lot of negotiations going on here, just a lot of direction towards finances and assets, things that give you a sense of value. And you could be really aware of your own self-worth and self-value, and really negotiating and putting yourself first, as most people should. But if it's in regards to connecting with other people with assets or a partner's assets, this could be highlighted with this transit here. But it's more harmonious, I would imagine. Things aren't too difficult with Venus transiting your 8th house of connecting with other people and other people's assets. On the 3rd of March, we see Venus squaring Uranus and Taurus, your 11th and 8th house, in a square aspect here. So a benefactor or a friend or a group connection could suddenly or abruptly be changing here, or just something unusual occurring that throws you off balance regarding contracts or assets, or how this friendship or collaboration is affecting your personal finances or sense of self-worth and self-value. So highlight that day on the 3rd as just being aware that it could be disruptive regarding your sense of stability with assets negotiations in that 8th house to the 11th with other people. On the 11th, we see Venus ingressing into the sign of Pisces, which is Venus's exaltation. This happens to be your 9th house until the 5th of April 2024. Venus on high exaltation in Pisces is fantastic in the 9th, considering this is about enjoying publishing and media, talking, connecting with foreign, international people, traveling, friendships, legalities, contracts, learning and interacting with people about different philosophies on life. This is a really nice transit with Venus transiting through that 9th house. Cancer rising, so enjoy this because Venus is exalted. You're going to have a lot of favorable connections. Could also be developing some serious friendships or relationships with people outside your normal environment. On the 21st, we see that Venus conjuncting Saturn in Pisces, the 9th house. This looks great for anchoring into a long-term connection regarding education, publishing and media, also a relationship or a connection with an international or foreign body. This looks fantastic for really delving into esoteric studies because it's long-term and it's wise. So you find a lot of value in long-term goals and long-range thinking regarding your philosophies on life, or even connecting with other people in a legal capacity. On the 24th, we see Venus sextiling Jupiter in Taurus. We like to see the two benefics being Venus and Jupiter in a sextile aspect in no less Taurus, which is your 11th house of friendships, benefactors, people that benefit you in the public space. Also your house that's associated with goals, dreams and aspirations for your future, and just connecting with people that are of like mind. So this could be a nice expansion happening here. Some lucrative benefactors or friendships or connections could really boost your sense of self-worth and empowerment regarding a career opportunity, especially with international and foreign litigation or legalities. Venus rules your 9th house and your 4th house of home, family and foundations. And on the 28th, we see Venus sextiling Uranus and Taurus, so that 9th and 11th house again lit up. So this time we've got this Venus with a surprising Uranus coming together with that 9th and 11th. Could see a sudden breakthrough or a change that's quite auspicious for you regarding publishing, media, foreign correspondence or international travel, or friendships and groups and benefactors that are quite surprising on this day. I would mark the 3rd, 24th and 28th of March in your calendar, Cancer rising, because I think these are going to be really big, powerful days for you. So now on to personal planet Mercury. Now, Mercury rules your 12th house and your 3rd house. Mercury, opening up the month of March, continues its transit through your 9th house, being Pisces. Unfortunately, in detriment, Mercury, it doesn't operate very well in Pisces, quite simply, because it's all about making decisions and communication, but in Pisces it's about thinking and getting lost in the juice regarding music, art, traveling and self-undoing. So if you've been trying to feel like you can't get pen to paper, your creative flows out of whack, I wouldn't be surprised here. But that's okay, because it's about to change, but it could be frustrating or has been frustrating indeed. On the 4th, we see Mercury sextiling Uranus and Taurus, so it uses your 9th and 11th house connection. So this might be a breakthrough finally happening in regards to, here's the paperwork now presented to Sol on the dotted line regarding a connection that's beneficial to you with something to do with legalities or publishing or media and international and foreign connections. Also your spirituality and your beliefs about life philosophy. You could have a breakthrough regarding connecting with the spiritual side of your life on that day. On the 8th, we see Mercury conjuncting Neptune in your 9th house. Mercury, Neptune, going to the depths of your psychology here regarding beliefs, contracts, legalities, international foreign connections and correspondence, media publishing, and also to do with, again, your philosophies on life. So you could be rethinking things here, or just feel like you're having a day where you're checking out, not really interacting a lot when you've got a Mercury-Neptune conjunction, or information just seems a bit hazy or possibly otherworldly. Well, only the next day we see that Mercury leaving that 9th house and ingressing into Aries, your 10th house, until May 15. And the reason it's such, it seems, if you're thinking, wow, it's a long transit, it's because Mercury does a retrograde here. Now, Mercury ingressing into Aries until May 15, 2024, your 10th house, looks really busy. I would expect there's going to be a lot of communication, a lot of paperwork, a lot of wheeling and dealing, and just feel like there's so much energy going outside of you. So for forewarned, forearmed, you're going to be very, very busy. This is a public place. This is about your career and your work, how you're seen and known in the world. Could be revamping your image, or revamping your social media, for example. This is like an upgrade in communication, and also to do with financial connections regarding your work. So you might be renegotiating your work contracts or finances regarding your work, and also how you're seen and known in the world could be really taking on some quite electrifying change and movement. So I would expect there's a lot of movement when we've got Mercury in your 10th. I would expect it to be a very busy time for you, Cancer rising. On the 10th of March, we've got Mercury sextiling Pluto in Aquarius. So your 8th house and your 10th house now in a sextile aspect. So Mercury, Pluto just could be unearthing or revealing information regarding an asset, a debt, an inheritance, or a partner's that is going to be quite auspicious for how you're seen or known in the world, or a career, and be it you or a partner. even a connection, a relationship, a collaboration that's quite lucrative. So I think something quite profound is happening here. I'd circle the 10th of March as well in your diary, as a big day of something quite mercurial being revealed, being assets, money, contracts, communication. That's quite significant. That's going to possibly make a bit of an impact on how you're seen and known in the world, or again your partner, how they're seen or known in the world. And also, again, contracts and collaborations are highlighted here on the 10th for you, Cancer rising. Cosmic Girl 101 signing off for Cancer rising. I hope you have a blessed March, and I will see you next month.